how hopeful are you that Ukraine can prevail, despite the fact that the administration has deserted them?
I'm very hopeful that Ukraine can prevail. What's amazing is we're talking about roughly 15 months since this administration took over and largely abandoned Ukraine. They get intelligence support. There are still some relationships there, but they're not getting any of the funding. That's coming from European allies. They're the ones that are delivering resources, budgetary supports, weapons systems, investing in Ukraine. And in spite of the U.S. largely abandoning Ukraine under this administration, the Ukrainians have actually done better. If you're paying attention to what's going on in Ukraine, the Ukrainians are right now taking back territory. They're blocking Russian military aims. They're rolling back Russian gains. I think that the Ukrainians are making it increasingly impossible for Russia to sustain this war long term. And I used to write a lot of articles in foreign affairs and a bunch of other stuff before I started running for Senate. But I was thinking about the fact that this year we could see a scenario in which Russia was stymied and that it was just a blatant waste of resources, and they would come around maybe a later part of this year when they spent themselves. That picture is looking a lot more rosy because the Ukrainians are doing so extremely well on the battlefield to the point where they're offering their defensive capabilities to the Middle East to protect against Iranian attacks. So I'm very, very hopeful about Ukraine's perseverance and the role it will play in Europe.
You know, there's a book I'm reading called The Folly of Realism. I can't remember the author's name. It's him. It's all about the conflict.
The subtitle is How the West Deceived Itself About Russia and Betrayed Ukraine. It was my doctoral dissertation rewritten for the
You need to weave that into
Yeah.
yes, sir.
We share a heritage. My grandparents are from King, 2 of them from Kiev. My question is, if you get to Congress, what can Congress do about changing the tax code? Rewriting the tax code so that we all share evenly.
Yeah. So I think that's a big issue. What I am fundamentally, what is a big driver for me is that the system looks increasingly rigged for the billionaire class, for the connected politicians, and the burdens are shifting to ordinary people. We've seen this slide occur over the course of not just this administration, but several different administrations. I'm not looking to crush innovation. I'm not looking to crush the folks that prosper. But there should